Welcome. My name is Lisa Derderian. I am the proud public information officer for the City of Pasadena, and I thank you for being here this morning for our Playhouse District Park official groundbreaking. Okay. This has been a vision in the works with the collaboration of our community, and today it's becoming reality. So we're going to hear from our council members and our mayor here today and other dignitaries. So without further ado, I would like to invite up our mayor, Victor Gordo.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, so I think this park has been in the works for 13 to 15 years now. And, you know, residents and business owners who conceived the idea have hung in there for 13 to 15 years. Our city staff has completed the task with the leadership of Vice Mayor Wilson and certainly Councilmember John Kennedy, whose district we're in. And so it's taken really a team effort to, one, come up with a concept, and then two, have the leadership of the council members and our city staff finish the job. And so I'd like to congratulate all who have been involved in this project from beginning and the soon to come end. Because today's the groundbreaking, and it's a reminder that we in Pasadena value open space, that we value the look and feel of our city. This area was chosen, and this spot was chosen in large part because it's the most underparked part of our city. And it's a growing part of our city, as we've seen in the last decade or so. And so it was not only the right thing to do, the fair thing to do for the residents of this part of our city, the Playhouse District. And let's hear it for the Playhouse District, by the way, for what a beautiful, beautiful sense of place that residents, together with our businesses, have created. I recall when the Playhouse District, Village, thank you. I'm dating myself, sorry. Playhouse Village, sorry. I know I got it right during the campaign, so I apologize. The Playhouse Village, I remember when it was, starting to evolve, when people said, we can create a sense of place here. This too can be a destination that Pasadena is proud of. And here you are. And so congratulations to all of you who've been involved over decades in creating that sense of place. And again, this park is a big part of it, and it's a big part of why people love our city. I've always said that Pasadena is the center of the universe, and it is. And today, with this project, we remind ourselves and we remind residents throughout the city and beyond that we're building a great city in Pasadena. You've built a sense of place in the Playhouse District, and now we're adding a jewel to the Playhouse District with its own park. Congratulations to all of the city staff, to my colleagues, John Kennedy, Vice Mayor Wilson, and of course, Councilmember Jess Rivas, for all of the work that you've put into this and for hanging in there to ensure that this park becomes a reality in the Playhouse Village. Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. So I'm Andy, in District 7 City Council person and your Vice Mayor. And we have part of the Playhouse Village in District 7. So we're really excited to be here today. Some may know in 2016 we were kind of stuck. There was a real desire to have open space in this part of town. And a lot of the residents who are the ones who put us in office, who've actually populated this community, felt like there was an opportunity to make a difference and change the way we think about the Playhouse Village by having its own park. And nothing's easy in Pasadena. There's lots of constituents. And so we had to kind of rally the troops to figure out how to make room for a park. And the business folks, of course, parking is important to them. I get that. Residents, open space is great. Let's not forget the dogs. They need places too. So how do we figure out how to thread that needle? So there was a stakeholder group, and I can't remember everyone, but I know I saw a couple of people here today who were part of that. Carla, Deborah, Brian, Chris Fedekowski, who I did not see here today, Marcia Rude, just lots of stakeholders. And we ran lots of scenarios trying to figure out how to make this happen. And ultimately, I think the desire to improve our community, to have open space, became the glue where everyone gave a little bit. And so this may not be the perfect park that everyone envisioned that was acres and acres. And so we gave a little parking. We actually added space for with buying the bank space, which was brilliant that showed up at the right time. So we're really excited to make this happen. And in October 2017, the council did approve, the purchase of the bank building and then funded the park. I want to acknowledge through the park planning process the excellent work of Chris Markarian and her staff. So if you're involved in the planning, I want to thank Chris in making this all work out. So, and just like the park, getting the park done, designing a park is a lot of compromises too. And the dogs wanted more space, and the kids wanted more space, and it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. And I'm really, hopefully we have plans somewhere, I don't know if we do or not, but if you haven't seen Other in the Back, it's a brilliant execution of kind of making all the pieces work, just like getting the park to work. So super excited. I know John, who's kind of been a partner in crime on this as well, is going to speak. And I did want to acknowledge Councilmember Rivas as well, since the Playhouse Village is shared by all of us. Anyway, super exciting today to break ground here. I'm looking forward to being back here. Chris, is it 15 months? When is a ribbon cutting?
Next summer, 2022.
Well, a year from now, I'll be having a ribbon cutting, and so my dog will be coming and my kids. But just imagine what this place is going to look like. So congratulations to all of you. It's kind of working together and kind of making compromises that allow our city to move forward. And a pleasure to be part of this wonderful ceremony.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see all of you. Pasadena's newest park is nestled in the heart of Playhouse Village, which was recently renamed to reflect the growth of the residential community, but also to acknowledge that a village is a home. Whether you're renting your first apartment, an empty nester in a condominium, a student going to class, a worker in an office building, a patron of the arts, or a diner at one of the extraordinary restaurants in the area. I'm thrilled to participate in broadening the appreciation of Playhouse Village to not only embrace our favorite institutions like Vroman's, I think I saw Joel Sheldon, the Laemmle, and the iconic Playhouse, but to create a place where thousands of residents living nearby will also have a place to interact, relax, and enjoy their neighborhood. This day has been a long time in coming, but I am proud that all of us stayed the course. Construction on the new Playhouse District Park is scheduled to begin on Monday, August 2nd, and is slated for completion in the spring of 2022. The new park and parking lot will include the following features: new community parks, 0.67 acres with open space, 48 space parkings for 0.33 acres, 2-stall restrooms, gender neutral, and storage building, the trellis structure for community gatherings, children's play area with rubberized play surface, and shade sales structures. El Molino Entry Plaza with water feature, Oak Knoll Entry Plaza, separated off-leash dog runs for small and large dogs. So you know that we have a leash law in the city of Pasadena that you must have your dog on a leash. You can come to this particular park, particularly if you live in the area, and you will not have to have your dog leashed on only when you're in the area where other people are present. So that's a very nice feature. The park still does not have an official name. At this time, city staff is developing a community outreach effort that adheres to the city's established parking naming process. Community members will be able to submit suggestions based on a set criteria on the city's website. I want to give a special thanks to the leadership of our mayor, Victor Gordo, former mayor Terry Tornick, Vice Mayor and Council Member D7 Andy Wilson, Steve Mermel, City Manager Playhouse Village Association. Many of you are here. Chris McCarrion, who was recognized earlier, who is the interim director of Public Works. Brenda Harvey Williams, director of Parks, Recreation and Community Services. I think I saw members of the Recreation and Parks Commission. We want to thank you. And then I'd like to thank my colleagues one by one on the City Council. Tyron Hampton, District 1, Felicia Williams, District 2, Jean Masuda, District 4, Jessica Rivas, District 5, whose district includes, as my colleagues have already acknowledged, part of the Playhouse Village. Thank you, Jess, for being here. Steve Madison, District 3, and special thanks to our pianist, David Cutter, who is the Environmental Advisory Commissioner. Thank you, David. Our City of Pasadena Youth Ambassadors. You can give them a hand. The Playhouse Village Ambassadors. Please give them a hand. Please allow me to read one of the 24 certificates my office prepared for members of the Playhouse Village Association. Marjorie Lindbeck, who's the chair of the association, and Brian Wallace, if you would come up as the director, I believe a former city employee, smart man. Okay. Playhouse Village Association in the heart of Pasadena. Thank you for your invaluable efforts and extensive contributions to our city. This new vibrant neighborhood park will usher in enjoyable gatherings, celebrations, special events, art, and music that are the essential to our quality of life. We pay homage to a vision of a place for community members to gather and have fun, where art and park are indistinguishable, and children gather to play, connect, and inspire. We commemorate the purposeful ingenuity emanating from the Playhouse Village Association and the City Council in creating a place of practical wonder. So thank you, Ms. Lindbeck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate and love. Thank you all for being here. We want to have many more opportunities across this city under the leadership of Victor Gordo, where we can't give you 3 or 4 acres, but we can give you small parks so you can really feel the pulse of our community. We love green space. It's essential for being a part of community, and this is another positive start for all of us. Thank you for being here today.
I knew it this morning. I thought, gosh, I'm following all these amazing people, and they're all going to say what I've planned to say, but you just have to bear with me. As you've heard, I'm chair of the Playhouse Village Association, and it's really my privilege to be here today. It's a great moment for this area. I live, can't see it, yes, there's my building right over there. I look out onto the park at the moment at the Banner Bank site, and when I first moved here with my husband in 2007, right after we moved in, we started hearing about a park, and there was a big group of people, several of whom you are here today. We all got together, designed a park, got all excited. There was a grant raised for part of the money. We were going to build the park over a parking lot. We were struggling with parking then. And all of a sudden, with the loss of the dissolution of redevelopment funds, there was no more park. But many people did not lose this vision. So we're here today because of all of them and all of you, many of you who started that process way back, and we're just the beneficiary of it today. So it's my privilege, on behalf of the Playhouse Village Board of Directors, to say thank you to several important people who've brought us here today. First of all, the vision of then our council, one of our council people, but now Mayor Victor Gordo, and our 3 representatives on the city council from this district area. For the Playhouse Village, we have 3 council people, Andy Wilson here, Jess Rivas, and John Kennedy. And we're so grateful for your voting in support of this park, because that's why we're here today. So I would also like to thank a huge special thanks to all of the Playhouse Village board members. Maybe you'd like to raise your hand, past and present, because there's so many board members here who have actually been here for a very long time fighting for this park, and this is just a great day for all of us to celebrate. Thanks to our business community, because it's your strong leadership and vision for this community by incorporating parking into the park design and making a compromise to get us to where we are. To Brian Wallace, shows my age, and our terrific staff at the Playhouse Village, for your steadfast guidance and unwavering leadership in helping to navigate the waters to get us here today. To Dave Klug and Steve Mermel, who advocated for us every step of the way at the city level and continue to do so. To Chris Markarian, when she stepped in and took over the leadership of this project, it just took off. She's an amazing, skillfully dedicated employee of the city of Pasadena, now acting director of public works, city engineer, and she brought together the stakeholders committee that really helped design the park and created the compromise that brings us all here today. Thank you, Chris. To our stakeholders committee, I see many of you here that met quite frequently and helped guide the process, because it was a huge community outreach. And especially on that committee, we had this help and support of Pam Thyrett and Susanna Porras, who represented the council people. We thank them. And finally, to my many neighbors, some of whom are here today, who went to all the community outreach meetings. This was a big deal. And there was, we started off, we wanted a pickleball court and this and that and the other thing, and we couldn't have it all. So it was finally, everybody kind of agreed. And our main goal was to have a park that is a place to play, to ride your bike maybe around this outside, to walk your dog, to just have a really great time, and hopefully to come to a lot of special events here, maybe even a tree lighting at the holidays. So thank you to all those neighbors who gave up a lot of time and really created this design for this park. So today we're going to break ground for a park that's going to really be the heart of our Playhouse Village. It will be a great place, and with the city of Pasadena as our partner, we in the Pasadena Village Association hope to maintain, enhance, and program the activities at the park, and we hope that you'll all attend many of them. I heard at a recent council meeting that July was named Parks Make Life Better Month, and I couldn't agree more. Parks do make life better. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members, and of course, our dear community members. I'm very excited that working together, we have reached this junction over the past 2 years. It truly does take a village to create a project, and I do want to recognize that all of the effort of the community, as well as specific stakeholders who came together to meet with us multitude of times. And we in turn listened before setting pen to paper, we wanted to learn this unique community's collective vision. And I want to share a little bit of the guiding principles that we came up with collectively, which was to create an activated, inviting environment with design features and programming that engages with the surrounding neighborhood and addresses the unmet needs of this community, to develop a flexible, well-designed place with areas that respond to various uses and programming. We heard a lot of exciting possible events and community gatherings that we'd like to hold in this space. We wanted it to be a safe space with adequate lighting, secure areas, and eyes on the street, and of course, easy to maintain, so that we can really sustain the quality what this park is going to bring for the long term and the future generations. So when I talk about the village, I want to recognize a few here today. To help the city collaborate closely with the neighborhood, we called upon key stakeholders from the community to help serve as that conduit for the project. It included local residents, our HOA members, business owners, as well as, of course, members of the Playhouse Village Board. So in recognizing the time they've dedicated after work hours, evenings, going to other parks, visiting, they helped us achieve a design that's truly representative of the unique fabric of this neighborhood. And it really draws from all the various historic, unique features of the area. And it serves all ages and interests. So I'm grateful for their collaborative spirit and guidance. Brian Wallace, Executive Director, thank you. Margie Lindbeck, resident and also Board President. Jonathan Edwards with Downtown Pasadena Neighborhood Association. Deborah Dentler, Amy Korn, Ken McCormick, Jake Hollis, and of course, our two great council district liaisons who really work so tirelessly in helping be the glue for all this, Susanna Porras and Pam Thyret. Thank you very much. Alongside them, we have a project team. And I'd like to recognize Evan Mather, who's here today. He led our MIG landscape architect team. Evan Mather, MIG, the landscape architect, as well as Hayden Melbourne, who's the principal engineer, and Danny Welch, senior project manager on this project. Alongside that, I'd like to also recognize city staff from various city departments, including parks, Department of Transportation, Economic Development, and of course, our Information Technology Department. It was truly a collaboration that brought this design together. Finally, this park would not be possible without the leadership and foresight of our council members, as well as our city manager and his office. With the acquisition and repurposing of various pieces of land, they helped create this 1 acre space and the dedicated funding to make a vision a reality. I would like to say that the overall budget to make this park a reality stands at $11 million. So thank you. A little bit about the park. It's going to be flanked by two distinct entries, El Molino and Oak Knoll. 48 space parking plaza here, and it's not a parking lot, it really is a plaza and an opportunity to transform it into space for events. 4 e-vehicle charging stations, we'll have bike racks, as well as a lot of canopy of shade trees, really mature trees throughout. So it is designed for maximum flexibility. There will be a central lawn space with a shade trellis for picnicking, lounging, getting all the family together. There is going to be it will be a pet-friendly park, along with an off-leash dog run right back here. So it is really designed for the convenience of our residents, a central shade trellis area, and a community gathering point, which will also serve as a performance platform. And of course, a restroom. So, got to be practical. So it really, every inch of this space was well thought out and designed for maximum use. So today's groundbreaking is our first step to bringing to life the collective vision and design for this open space. We're looking forward to reconvening here before the start of next summer. So in 2022 to deliver what this community called for, which is a space that is a delight and a pleasant surprise for all who use it. And that's what the community asked for. So thank you very much.
To thank all of you for coming to my party. And I call it my party because I have the pleasure of serving as the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. And let's face it, This is going to be for us. It's a park. We do the maintenance of the park. We do the programming of the recreation activities in the park. So believe me, from the bottom of my heart and our staff, everyone in our department's heart, I thank you for coming to our party. And you know, it's very fitting to do a groundbreaking today because earlier this month, as Margie has already pointed out, Mayor Gordo and the City Council proclaimed July Parks Make Life Better Month. And that is so very true. This proclamation was also issued by the California Parks and Recreation Society and cities and counties and special park districts throughout the state of California. In doing so, each agency recognized the importance of our parks in communities. Parks promote physical, emotional, and mental health and wellness. They promote economic vitality. They create memorable experiences and strengthen community identity. During COVID, parks have provided a welcome respite from the bad and depressing news, and they've provided a safe space for children, youth, adults, and families to safely gather and have some much needed fun. Here in Pasadena, parks are a place where we hold summer camps, youth sports, cultural celebrations, and adaptive and inclusive recreation programming. Parks also promote social equity and ensure all residents have access to their benefits. It is for these reasons that I am so excited to be here and excited that we can add another park to our park inventory. For this truly will be a place where a new generation of children and adults can play, gather, have fun, exercise, relax, be entertained, have a great time, all because, please say it with me, parks make life better. Thank you.
Lisa brings up our illustrious city manager. I would be remiss as the council member for this area not to acknowledge our Pasadena Police Department and our fire department who are here, and we welcome them in all of our parks. Some of the parks in our community feel like we need more focus because of the homeless situation. And I want all of you to know, Pasadena Police Department, the fire department, you are welcome in the parks, and we need you and we appreciate you. I know that Steve Bermel, the city manager, was going to acknowledge you, but I want to do so on behalf of Councilmember Jess Rivas, Vice Mayor, and Councilmember Andy Wilson. We appreciate you, and we're happy that you're here today along with other city staff. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for coming, and thanks for all of those of you who've been involved in this project in big ways and small ways, in any way. It all happens because of you. And you know, it's not every community that can find a way to build a park in an otherwise built-out city, but Pasadena can. And that's what we can do when we have a shared vision. It's also an example of how the city has to evolve a little bit to meet the ever-changing needs of its residents. If you tune into the city council every Monday night, sometimes you'll hear a lot of discussion about the evolution of the city. Sometimes it's a little heated, sometimes there's not agreement. But on this project, everyone agrees. This is a fabulous project for our community. It will be a tremendous amenity for all. And with that, that's a great thing. No further ado, let's get this thing done. Let's get this park built. Lisa?
And what we want to do now is have the council members come up with the shovels, and we're going to do our official groundbreaking.
The importance of this park is really a recognition by the city council and the residents who live around this area that more green space was needed. Green space is a part of our constitution as residents who live and participate in the city of Pasadena to our visitors who come to our extraordinary eateries on Colorado Boulevard and in this area. So we came together over a period of approximately 13 years, and we didn't let up. We found the necessary funding to build this park. It's about an acre in size, and this is an extraordinary culmination of hard work by a lot of other people.
Anytime you seek to build a park in a built-out city, as the city manager pointed out, it becomes complicated, particularly when you have the interest of businesses who are requesting more and more parking in the Playhouse Village. You have to balance that with the needs of residents who like and need open space, particularly in the Playhouse Village, where more and more residents have moved here. And so there were certainly some challenges involved with striking that delicate balance between the business needs as well as the resident needs and the four-legged dog needs, the four-legged animals. All of those things came together because residents, businesses, residents and business owners worked together to ensure that we struck that delicate balance. And so I'm proud that this was a resident-driven project, that we are meeting the needs for more open space, particularly in the downtown where it's needed. And I'm proud as mayor of Pasadena that this will have a tremendous benefit on all parks, because it also relieves some of the pressure for other parks that are located in neighborhoods. And so this is, again, part of building a great city, one step at a time, one lot at a time, and I'm proud to be a part of it.